Hey, yo, what is good YouTube? It is Robin Banks, back with part 2 of the top 10 type combinations that don't exist yet. I did decide last minute that I was going to break this down into 2 parts because I figured that the video was too long to be a top 10 video. Also, I wanted to mention I'm not counting Rotom Forms as type combinations because I mentioned electric grass in the previous episode, and there's also another Rotom form type combination, spoilers, that's in this part of the countdown. So I'm not counting that because they only get one move each form, and most of the moves really hinder them, which is why they're low tier except for Rotom Wash. So that's why I'm not counting them, because they can't use all of the stab moves that they should be able to get. So that's why I'm not including Rotom forms. But anyways, here is from 5 to 1 top 10 type combinations that don't exist yet. Number 5, something that should have been done already. We were talking about this in my stream the other day. Bug Dragon. This combination I'm very surprised hasn't happened yet, mainly because of things like Yen Mega. Could definitely be Bug Dragon, and it would also make it better because it wouldn't be 4 times to Stealth Rocks. Flygon would be nice for Bug Dragon. It might be OU because it's not weak to Ice types. Who knows? You never know. And the one thing I'm really surprised wasn't Bug Dragon is Zygarde. I don't know why. You know, I did research when the legendaries got revealed, and it's based off like this Earth thing, so it makes sense. But the design just looks like a bug. It looks like a big ass bug. So I was really surprised for that thing not to be Bug Dragon. Maybe if they ever come out with an X2Y2 or XZYZ or Pokemon Z version, maybe it'll have like a different form or Mega maybe. That's Bug Dragon. That'd be awesome. But anyways, let's go into resistances and all that stuff. It is week 2, Flying, Rock, Ice Dragon, and Fairy. I know it's 5 weaknesses. It's strong against Dragon, Psychic, Grass, and Dark. And it resists Fighting, Ground, Grass times 4, Water, and Electric. Those are all very common typings. Very common types. So that's kind of what made me throw it over normal Ghost. But that would be a very unique type combination that I would love to see. And at number 4, we have another one I'm surprised that hasn't been done yet. And as soon as I say it, you're gonna know the Pokemon I have in mind. It's Dark Electric. Now, without even saying this, you should already know what Pokemon I have in mind. Luxray. Why is Luxray not Electric Dark? Makes no sense. It's all black everything. It learns Bite and Crunch. It's evil. It has Intimidate, Rivalry. This thing should be Dark Electric. It just should be. That's the way it should be. I don't understand why they didn't do it that way. It only gains 2 weaknesses, so it wouldn't make it that bad. It's only weak against Fighting, Bugging, Ground. That's not bad at all. That's only 3 weaknesses, and Bug's not that common. It's strong against Ghost, Psychic, Flying, and Water. It resists Flying, Steel, Electric, Ghost, and Dark, and it's immune to Psychic. So that is not a bad typing. Maybe Evar could be another one that could be Electric Dark. That would be pretty interesting. But definitely Luxray. Luxray should have definitely been a Dark Electric Pokemon. It makes no sense to me why it wasn't. I have no idea, but it should have been done already. That's all I gotta say about that. Number 3. I almost put this thing higher, but there's a big thing in here that made me not put it there. Number 3, we have Dragon Fighting. Just think about that. Dragon Fighting. That would be sick. Just think of a dragon coming at you with Outrage and Superpower, or Outrage and Close Combat. Like, that's power. And if it gets Drain Punch, forget about it. Anyways, getting too much into it. Possible dragons right now that could be fighting. I didn't really find much. I was thinking maybe Druddigon, maybe Haxorus. I couldn't really get many that they already have out that could be dragon fighting. But of course, newer Pokemon, this wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Things that would be weak to Ice, Dragon, of course, Flying, Psychic, and 4 times to Fairy. Yeah, that's not good. Things that would be strong against Normal, Rock, Steel, Ice, Dark, and Dragon. Which, right there sounds like somebody's team. A Dragon type, a Dark type, an Ice type, a Steel type. So this thing could wreck, unless they have a Fairy. Because you can't hit it with Dragon types at all. And it resists fighting, so it's kind of the one reason why I had it here at 3. Things that it resists: rock, bug, dark, fire, water, grass, electric. That's 7 types. That is hard to bring down unless you have a fairy type. But fairy like walls the shit out of it. That's pretty much why it's here at number 3. With that being said, let's go to number 2. Going back to the whole electric thing, we got electric and fire. This I'm kind of surprised hasn't happened yet because electricity and fires have a lot to do in common. Sparks create flames, you know? Anything electric could burst into flames at any moment. So I'm really surprised that that hasn't been done yet as a type combination. Makes no sense why that hasn't been done. Just because those two elements go hand in hand so much. They even have electrical fires, you know? I don't understand why they haven't done it yet. Possible types, maybe heat more. I was looking at maybe something that can hit you with electric type moves. Elekid, because it has a freaking outlet on his head. And we all know that outlets cause sparks and sparks cause fires. And Heliolisk. Heliolisk has like dry skin. Does it get solar power? I don't remember his other abilities. I always use the dry skin ability, so I don't remember the other one. I think it does get solar power though. And it's a Pokemon based off the sun, so that could definitely be an electric fire. That'd be pretty cool. But let's talk about its typings and all that stuff. It is 4 times weak to grounds. There's a million things 4 times weak to ground, so that wasn't enough reason for me to bring it down to number 3. And you'll see why later. And rock and water. So it only has 3 weaknesses. Only 3. That's not bad at all. I know water is really common as well, but that is not bad. Strong against bug, steel, grass, ice, flying, and water. Strong against 6 things, the same thing as dragon fighting. Here's why it's at number 2. Its resistances. It has 8 resistances. That's almost half of the typings. Almost. There's 18 typings, so it's almost half. Bug, fire, grass, ice, fairy, flying, electric, and 4 times resistant to steel. That's powerful. That is powerful. You just have to switch ground types off on it. Speaking of things you have to switch out of when there's a ground type in the field, we have the number 1 type combination that does not exist in my opinion. Of course, these are all opinionated. If you have different opinions, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to have a conversation about this, debate, see what everybody else thinks about type combinations that don't exist. Maybe you guys have other combinations that don't exist yet. That'd be great. But as far as number 1 goes, I had to go with fire, poison. 2 other things that go hand in hand, because fire can in fact poison you, you know, with the smogs that it causes. I was like, was that a Pokemon move or is that an actual thing? Yeah, with the smogs that it causes, fires can poison you on the inside. So I'm surprised this hasn't been done yet. And the number 1 thing I thought of, and I couldn't get it out of my head, is wheezing. It already gets flamethrower, it gets fire blast. That thing should be fire poison. Just imagine how good it would be, because I know what everyone's saying, it's 4 times weak to ground. But if wheezing was fire poison, it has levitate, so it would completely eliminate the ground type weakness. So maybe in the future they make a mega wheezing. Just picture that, mega wheezing, fire poison with levitate. That is powerful. That is straight up powerful. But anyways, like I said, it's 4 times weak to ground. It's weak to rock, water, and psychic. So 4 weaknesses. Strong against only 5 things, which is less than the number 2 and number 3 things. Grass, fairy, bug, steel, and ice. Here's why it's number 1. It also has 8 resistances, just like electric fire. But I'm going to show you the main difference. So let's get to its resistances real quick. Fighting, poison, steel, fire, ice. And here's why it's at number 1. 4 times resistant to bug, 4 times resistant to grass, 4 times resistant to fairy. That's 3 different types that it's 4 times resistant to. That is straight up power. You know how bulky this thing would be? Not only does it 4 times resist 3 typings, it also resists 5 other typings. That is powerful. And then if it gets levitate, it takes away its major weakness. So if this ever happens and they make a mega wheezing or anything else that's fire poison with levitate, that's gonna be a crazy broken mon. It's gonna be hard to bring that down. I'm just saying. But I think that's definitely the number one. Just because it resists so much, man. It's just interesting, honestly. But that's the top 10, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Sucker punch that like button if you enjoyed the top 10 countdown. Damn, it's 20 minutes long. I don't know how people make this shit shorter. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to break this into 2 parts. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a comment down below any type combinations that you guys think should have cracked the top 10, or anything that you would rearrange in your opinion, something that I may have missed. Maybe I missed a type weakness or type resist or something. But go ahead, comment down below. Make sure you sucker punch that like button, make it a priority. Thank you guys for watching. That's my top 10 type combinations that don't exist countdown. And with that being said, it's about that time that we fade to black.